Between now and then, they'll be resting from their journeys and preparing for that historic occasion, which will start at 9 o'clock local time on Tuesday morning. The core of the discussion will be denuclearisation, and it seems that both sides are still some way apart in their understanding of what that should mean. For the Americans, it means complete denuclearisation, verifiable and irreversible. So they'll want to see nuclear warheads destroyed, as well as the means of producing them destroyed and the means of delivery. The North Koreans are really interested in a more phased approach, more gradual approach. Donald Trump does seem to be coming round to that way of thinking. He's actually been dampening expectations over the past few days about how much can be achieved here. They'll also be discussing the end of the Korean War. It's never officially ended, even though the fighting stopped in 1953. They want to sort out some sort of peace treaty. The lifting of the sanctions on the Koreans as a reward for all this. But crucially for Pyongyang, North Korea wants a security guarantee. They want to know that if they do give up their weapons, either wholly or partially, that the regime won't be at risk of being overthrown.
And as it goes without saying that the world's eyes, I guess, are on Singapore right now. I'm wondering, you're there. What's it like? What's the atmosphere like there right now?
Well, it's certainly the only subject in town at the moment. This city-nation is being besieged by thousands of journalists who've been arriving over the past couple of days. There are rooftop positions like this one all over the city. You can see the lights from the cameras on as people get ready to prepare this. Security, as you can imagine, very tight indeed. There are F-1 fighter jets and Apache helicopters on standby. Protests here are very difficult anyway. They certainly won't be allowed during the summit, and it'll be very hard to get anywhere near where the venue for this summit. But there's a real sense of anticipation. People here hoping that there will be some success.
Yes, and in the lead up to the summit, one of the things that Donald Trump mentioned was that formal ending of the Korean War that you earlier spoke about. He said that that would be the easy part. Is an agreement on the end of the Korean War likely?
Yes, I think that is one thing that they will be able to agree upon, but it will need also the contribution of the Chinese and the United Nations and South Korea, because it's a five-way process. There is an armistice in place, but there's never actually been a peace treaty. So I think a symbolic ending of the Korean War could well be a breakthrough at this summit. Whether they'll actually make any progress on the more substantive issue of denuclearisation is another matter entirely.